Alright, let's take a look. Alright, let's take a look then. If Espio didn't take the secret passage to get to the dining car, then what route did he take to get Sonic there? The vents! Oh, that's right. There were vents. Everybody drink and save. And he's a ninja, so he would be skulking about. There's a path above the conductor's car, and it goes through all the way to the dining car. Huh? I didn't even see that area. Is that some sort of long attic? According to these blueprints, there's a hidden passage in the ceiling that leads straight to the dining car. Perhaps you can access it? Through the vent over there. Ooh, we got him now. The vent! Of course! That must be the entrance to the path. Allow me to check this out. My word. There's a path back here. Oh, back there. And a track. A track, huh? A track for the robot arms, I think. This must be the path that the arms take to move through the tray. So you're saying I somehow fit with Sonic in that vent and took him to the dining car. Tails, you're a smart kid, so I know you realized we both couldn't fit up there. Espio's right. This is feeling flimsy, Tails. I need an answer. My name's getting dragged around here. How on earth would I get Sonic through the vent? I bring you the robot arm. Phew, now to think of an argument. Okay. You could do this, Detective Shady. It was on this day that Detective Shady thought that she could do this. She could accomplish her one task of... Oh no. Okay. It was on this day that Detective Shady had no confidence at all. On this day of no confidence at all, Detective Shady took it upon herself to regain her confidence by playing like an absolute boss and jumping around like a lunatic, trying to avoid all of the spiky boys and the not spiky boys. But they also needed to get all of the rings and the... Oh, no! It was at that moment that Detective Shady knew she fucked up. When Detective Shady applied for the Light Knight Agency, not everything was sunshine and rainbows. Although she was a great detective in her own right as in she wrote these murders that she could detect on her own and therefore always knew who was the murderer with her ultimate deduction because she was the one who wrote these murders! No! I've just given up! Detective Shady! Okay. One more again. Okay. It was at that moment that Detective Shady realized that she needed to be a better detective, so she was playing crime investigation games to hone her skills of being a masterful detective, and she needed to calm down just enough to figure out how and who the murderer was. Eventually, she got it down pat and refused to give up, because everyone knows when you refuse to give up, everything just kind of happens for you, and you get really happy that everything just kind of happens for you, and you get to the very end, but not enough rings. Okay. In this story of Detective Shady, she was writing a novel. Detective Shady had always wanted to be a detective, but didn't want all the murder that goes with being a detective. So Detective Shady did the one thing that she does best. Detective Shady started writing stories. In these stories, Detective Shady would know all about the murderer before the crime was even committed, and therefore would know exactly how to solve said murders. Detective Shady was really bad at jumping at the right time. Okay, maybe something else. Detective Shady had a best friend. That best friend was Tails the Fox. Tails the Fox was in fact a fox. Meanwhile, Detective Shady was a raccoon. Raccoons are always given a bad rep because raccoons are always seen as the prime suspect for thievery and all of the like. But that didn't deter Detective Shady from being a detective with her best friend Tails! And so she would try her hardest, but Tails wasn't having any of it. And Detective Shady really wanted the rings, but was missing every single time. And now Detective Shady made it to the end, but not enough rings. Detective Shady was a detective, not a parkour enthusiast. So when Detective Shady had to parkour her way through all of these rings and onions of the rings variety, she didn't know what to do, nor did she know how to do it swiftly and elegantly. Throughout all of her time in the agency, she was very scared of sharp pointy objects because sharp pointy objects murder people and murder is bad, and murder was the thing that Detective Shady was always told to investigate at times of need like this, and Detective Shady is just so... God! That was the closest I've ever been. Okay. 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 For All to Exist Simultaneously was a webcomic that Detective Shady had been producing for the past few years. Although, despite its namesake, they really don't exist simultaneously ever in canon universe. I don't think I'm gonna make it. Oh, I die! I don't think I'm gonna make it. Okay, we'll think of a different one. I just need a knot. Okay? Okay. Detective Shady needed a distraction from her work. As a workaholic, it was very hard to put her work aside, but also as a perfectionist, she also is screaming internally at the fact that she can't get this right at all, and she just panic jumped there, but it worked out in her favor, and now she's just gonna get all the rings, because that's what she's supposed to do, and then if she does it gently, she doesn't have to scream, and if she doesn't have to scream, everyone knows when you don't have to scream, you don't have to fear for your life. Okay. Today was Amy Rose's birthday. Roses were her favorite flower. Can you guess why? It was her last name. Ha 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 ha. She is so good at all of this that on her birthday she decided to get a train car full of her best friends to go and solve a murder mystery, but little did they know that the murder would be the mystery because nobody knew who the murderer was. And everybody would assume that it was Espio because he's a ninja and ninjas are like bandits where I am pressing the paper! It's not working. Okay. One day, there was a water bottle left on the side of the road. As it got hot, the water bottle felt uncomfy because the water inside it was getting really steamy for no apparent reason other than the fact that that's how evaporation works. The evaporated water bottle needed to jump on the spring. Okay. Roses are red, violets are blue. I am a poet. This is a shit. Oh my god, we're gonna be here all day. One day, there was a raccoon. And this raccoon found a small child in the middle of the woods. What was a small child doing in the middle of the woods? No one knew that answer except for the small child. And the small child was small enough that they didn't register why they were in the middle of the woods. All they knew was that they were in the middle of the woods. And so when they were in the middle of the woods, they needed a plan, a course of action that I don't know how. I don't. Oh my god. Okay. Sonic was taking a dirt nap. Yes, Sonic was murdered in a detective murder case that he only knew because he was the murder victim. The blow dart was stabbed into his jugular at 5:05 in either the morning or the mid-afternoon. He actually doesn't know because when the murder took place, he wasn't wearing his watch. And because he wasn't wearing his watch, he would have no idea when the murder actually took place.